What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining another episode of Down South Sports Roundtable. Mark, man, what's going on, brother, man?
Nothing much, man. Friday, getting ready for another slate of games.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
basketball to football, to everything at this point in time. So, yes, most definitely, ain't getting ready for that Mike Tyson fight tonight.
Oh, I call that the murder. We're
Yeah,
gonna talk about that, but that's a murder we finna watch on Netflix. That's a murder we
yeah.
about to watch.
They
You know
should be
what
ashamed of themselves. Broadcasting a live 187.
I
How dare they? Uh,
mean? Hey man, so hey, we'll dive in, man. We'll talk about last night's game between Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Obviously, I can say obviously because it was a great game, man. It was a tight game up until the second half, but obviously the Eagles they started dialing in. They got Saquon Barkley, bro. And he started doing this thing in the second half, man. Man. So, what's your takes on how last night happened, man? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, it was a good game. It definitely was. It was a lot of defense played. The Commanders were playing good defense at first.
Oh, they playing
Yeah,
real good defense.
yeah. They had Hurts under fire the whole first half. And then
Yeah,
second half. You
yeah,
know, I mean, and as you can tell, they shut down the pass game, but it came down to the run game, the ground and pound game. Which
yeah,
is Saquon's Barkley. That's his thing. So they kept with it, and it panned out for him. Late into the game. So I mean, definitely, you could tell it was Kellen Moore's offense, who is from Dallas, might I add, against the head coach of the Commanders.
Well, Kingsbury. Remember Kingsbury? He's an OC there.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm just saying this is two people who definitely know each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it was definitely a chess match last night. Against two great teams, definitely two great teams.
oh
And
yeah,
as a Cowboys fan, it hurts me to call the Commanders a great team, but they are
yeah,
truly a good team this year, man. So I definitely like what they have been doing. Like I said, the Eagles just pulled it out, in the end last night. And as they were saying, and as we both have said too, the Eagles have flip flop from last year. They started off good and ended terribly. This year they started off slow and they gotten better. So I don't know. They might have the recipe. We were talking about Super Bowl teams last time, so I mean, and I named them as one. I think you did too, but they
yeah,
definitely were good.
yeah. I mean, so I look at it. So the first half, obviously, it was a defensive game, and the defense did really well for the Commanders. Um, the one thing that separate that second half I noticed is they the rookie slash freshman of Daniels starting to tell because
Yeah.
what they started doing is they started disguising defenses a lot better in the second
Mhm.
half. And that's what happens with a rookie quarterback. You start
Mhm.
they seeing defensive disguises at that level in NFL that you really don't see too often at that college level. You know what I mean? So November really in the NFL starts a new season because that's that back half of it. So now you're seeing stuff that you ain't see on film. You know what I mean? And it's almost like playoff ball, whatever. So that's what I started noticing on that aspect. Then the second aspect of it, they can't hold Saquon Barkley down for 4 quarters.
No, not
You
at
know what I
all.
mean? And that's an impossible task. To hold him down for 4 quarters, that's a possible task. You held him down for 2 quarters. So now you really got to start dial up. So I think the Eagles' second half game plan was a lot better and they adjusted a lot better. And start throwing a lot of disguises at the Commanders. If you notice on the Eagles, what you were talking about the Eagles last year and this year, they ain't really changed personnel. They actually they lost great players. They lost two great players. They lost Kelsey as the center, and they lost London Fletcher at defensive tackle.
Hmm.
but their defense is good, looking good. You know what I mean? Their
Right.
defense last year, like those, remember the first round draft picks they got on the defensive line and the
Mhm.
linebackers? Are they playing like first round draft picks now?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I did notice. Now they are adjusting. I don't know what from last year to this year with pretty much the same personnel. I don't know what clicked for them, but they got a lot more aggressive. They I looked at they putting people in that doggone phone booth. When they got two people coming down and swarming the ball, they swarming on the tackles better than they was last year. You ain't seeing too many one on one tackles. You seeing two to one tackles. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's what you see a lot better from the Eagles. So I have to say that's coaching that came about on that piece, man.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, definitely, like you said, the defense, they disguised the defense. They throw a lot at Daniels.
Yeah.
They switched it up, from the first half to the second half. They gave him some stuff that he hadn't seen. So,
Yep.
they kind of threw him off. They did a lot of stemming with the blitzing.
Hmm.
They backed out of it.
Yep.
So it kind of it throwed off his reason, and you can tell. I
Yep.
mean, like I said, it was a good game,
Oh, good game.
except for the like I said, the two drives, basically two drives, which Saquon scored on both. It's hard to stop, but you have to play, like I say, all four quarters when it gets to November and playoff type of ball.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something else, Mark. Man, when I want to compare that game last night to last year's Baltimore Ravens and Texans game when they played C.J. Stroud, he was a rookie. He
Mm-hmm.
was balling. But what is the Ravens known for? Disguising their defense. They threw so much at CJ Stroud, he didn't know where to throw the ball to. What he was seeing was not what he was actually seeing after pre-snap and post-snap. There were two different pitches. That's what I look at it with them. And it was like everything he had to throw, it was like an underneath route across the middle because it wasn't nobody else. So all the seams, everything out was shut down.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you say, once you get into November ball, it's different ball
It's
because
different.
you play with teams so much, and people have so much of information on you now at this point in time. So
Yeah.
schemes get a little more intricate at this time of year.
Yep.
You're definitely your athleticism, your mental capacity, as well as your knowing the game. That's what you have to lean on at this point in time because, like I said, it's a lot different that's coming out. It's more advanced.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not 1+1 at this time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's 8/32 divided by pi. Yeah, it's a different thinking, capacity at this point in time. So yeah, we gonna see this where it draws the line in September and December. Going
I
into
mean, the one thing we can say, and I know you're a Cowboy fan, that's an individual rivalry. So, but the one thing we can say about the Commanders, they it's a night and day difference from last year. Obviously, they cleaned house. So that's it takes that. I wish Auburn would take that in consideration. Is clean the house.
Cowboys.
You know what I mean? And Cowboy too. You know what I mean? You got to clean house. But the person that need to clean the house, he need to be gone too, which
Yeah,
is Aaron Jones.
it's the
You know
house.
what I mean? So you know what I mean? He ain't gonna clean himself, so you got to deal with that. I mean, but I it's a night and day difference, man. So
No
I
doubt
don't
about it.
see nothing but the upside for Commanders, man. And from from a Cowboys perspective, when you talking about Jerry Jones, you got to look at that now. That should be demoralizing because now you got the Eagles and the Commanders is balling,
Hmm.
and Commanders got a young team. It's a problem.
Yeah, man. I mean, we had one more win conference than the Giants, and everybody know how terrible the Giants are at this point in time.
Yep.
So, I
And,
mean,
and
we neck and neck almost.
and what we talked about on last podcast, the person they let go out the door is with the Eagles, and he's in that division
Yeah,
and
and
balling.
and that's why everybody says and everybody knows the Giants GM is on the hot seat.
Yep. I mean, if he's not on the hot seat, to be realistic, Mark, by him, he really he really fucked up this damn draft. He should put himself on a hot seat. Like
Yeah.
you should take some responsibility and just like, you know what? I already know I jacked this up, man. Like
Mhm.
now y'all took the Giants to a point where the person that you said, hey, we're gonna pay this money to all this money to, y'all gotta bench him.
Yeah, yeah. He needs to do what Hakeem did on the train. He was trying to catch his wife. He needed to renounce his throne. Yeah, it was over with. Because how do you? I mean, as everybody knew it was a terrible mistake then, but now you definitely can see that it is a horrible mistake.
Hey, I almost want to know. I mean, New York, they got marijuana's legal there. Was he high when he made these decisions? You can make decisions like that when you're high. Just tell us. I mean, it's legal there, so just tell us. That's the reason why you was that dumb to let this dude, this dog go. Come on, man. Come on,
Man,
bro. Come
I
on,
don't
man.
know what he was on. I
Yeah,
don't know
man.
what he was on.
But hey, so let's talk about something else with the NFL, man. So you look at number one overall draft pick, Caleb, went to the Bears. And you already know I've been saying this for forever, and if you're a number one draft pick, you're going to a bad situation.
Yeah, always.
Now it's to the point where now they're about to bench Caleb. Caleb is not the problem.
Exactly. Everybody knows that. I mean, are they benching him
Development
just to
is the
save
problem.
him? Yeah, they benching him just to save him and his career.
It gotta be. It's gotta be. Y'all,
I hope so.
because it ain't no skill issue. It's a development issue where with the Bears and quarterbacks.
Exactly. And like I said, we named him last time, Mr. Trubisky. Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. I mean, they have a recurring issue at the Bears,
Yep.
and I know Chicago fans are highly pissed
I
at what's
mean,
going on.
what else you supposed to do, man? Like I don't know, man, but I want to bring that up, man, because I don't think Caleb should be benched. Maybe they should be benching because, like, hey, we about to clean house. Maybe
Yeah.
it's from the top. Like, hey, y'all need to bench him, save him for next year, and y'all on the hot seat. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, bro, but Caleb is not the problem. I hope they ain't trying to go the Bryce Young route because Bryce Young is starting to look better. You know what I mean with the
Mhm.
Panthers, but it's the Panthers. You know what I mean. We're gonna talk about the Panther on another situation too in a few, but it ain't you can't be benching him just because you feel like you need to get better. It's a developmental problem, and that's why Tom Brady brought it up. That everybody rushed to start these, you know what I mean, quarterbacks out of college, but y'all ain't developing it right, man.
Mhm. Well, once again, like I said, with Mike Tomlin being he's a leader of men, as you can tell, in the development process. He knew exactly what he was doing when he brought in Russell Wilson and Justin
And
Fields.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And at this point in time, like I said, he knew Justin Fields, and I'm assuring being there day to day, he knows what's going on on a day to day basis. He sees what's going on. He
Yep.
knows that Justin Fields can learn, this amount of information sitting behind Russell Wilson, or not even just sitting behind him, just being there with him at the same time. And as you can see, like I said, it's working out.
And I'm gonna tell you something else with Justin Fields. I he need to get. I mean, I don't know who he trained with in all season, man, but I think honestly he need to get with a real great quarterback coach to start teaching him how to do the, you know what I mean, dropping in the bucket, man. His dropping in the bucket is not good as far as like with accuracy. Like
Mhm.
just straight line, you know what I mean? Whatever, like cross the middle, slants, post, whatever, that's fine. But when you need to, you know what I mean, back shoulder pass, back shoulder throws, you need to drop it in the bucket in the back of the end zone, especially on the like in the red zones, whatever. It's not good, bro. It's like it's everything is like a line drive, and they ain't gonna cut it. You know what I mean? If you look at Lamar Jackson, his was kind of like that his rookie season and his first season. Now he's dropping it in the bucket. You know what I mean? Because everybody know in a college this is open. In the NFL, this is open. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't so you got to be you throwing the dude open in the NFL. In the college, you like I ain't gonna get it done. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen. NFL, like no, that's why you hear wide receivers like I'm open. I'm open. Nah, you got two dudes. No, I'm open. Let me get, you know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
that's. I mean, that's to be honest with you. So
I mean, and he can learn that once again
yeah,
from Russell Wilson. You
yeah,
know, sitting
yeah,
behind Russell Wilson, or even training with Russell Wilson. You
yeah,
know, at this point in time and moving forward. So yeah, yeah,
yeah,
man. I think he's in a great situation. Like I said, the Bears definitely are fumbling. The Bears need to clean house because, like I said, it's a recurring issue for them over and over again, quarterback to quarterback to quarterback. So, I mean, at that point in time, you know it starts from the top down. Now, I heard that some of the players, went behind Caleb back, and they said they went to the coaches as far as it was like putting another quarterback in. I don't know what that was all about.
I didn't see that. What I seen was it was players that went to leadership saying that we need to replace the OC. I thought that's what it was.
Mm, I don't know. This is what they were saying that some players had
Okay.
went to voice their opinion. And I think that's a terrible thing. You don't do nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You
Yeah.
know, them reports gonna come out, Mo. If
Right,
that
right, right.
it's gonna come out, Mo. I hope that's not the case. But then that's also what we went into before the draft. And remember, we had episode when we were talking about the draft and when he got drafted. You know what I mean? It seemed like he got the arrogant attitude, blah blah blah. I hope that's not the case because that was what the perception that he was getting. Like, oh, he's very arrogant, you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. Is he gonna mesh in a locker room? You know what I mean? And if you can't mesh in the locker room, that locker room gonna be toe up. It's gonna look toe up on the field.
Yeah, I mean, so to say, I mean, it depends on what people call arrogance because a
Yeah,
lot of football players, definitely at that position, at that elite level, you're confident in your game. So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what, like I say, what others might see as arrogance could definitely just be confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah, spewing out at that point in time. So,
Yeah,
yeah, but no, I mean, I think he did well as far as like locker room wise. He doesn't seem like he comes off as that type of arrogant
yeah,
individual to
yeah.
me. But yeah, man, I definitely wish him the best.
And to be honest with you, the scheme might not be right.
Yeah, well, we know it, and nothing's right.
And,
Nothing
and,
is right.
and we and that's you know what I mean. That's the big piece of now. You look at Deion Sanders. What Deion Sanders, he was on a interview with like Keyshawn Johnson and on that I think it was on ESPN. What I forgot what network it was on, but they asked, "Hey man, so are you gonna be involved with Shador on location to go?" He said, "Yes, you damn right I'm gonna be." You know what I mean? He ain't said don't work, he don't curse, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be." He said, "I'm not gonna do it publicly though." He already know like certain organizations that you're not going to. And we could probably predict what organization they is. You know what I mean? It's certain ones. I mean, obviously ain't gonna be a Bear because they already got a number one pick. But if you look at like would you I can see should do it with the Giants in the right situation. If they clean house, pick up Bill Belichick, that's the right situation. I would not send him to the Browns. You know what I mean? It's certain organizations you won't go to. Like it's you know what I mean, you don't even take them chances.
No, that's real. And I seen on Bleacher Report that they had him projected number 3 pick to the Saints. I could see him at the Saints, but they had David Carr. I mean, I don't think Carr's a bad quarterback.
Now, now,
Um,
now you're looking at. I think that'll be a great situation depending on what their coaching is because
yeah,
they
that's
just
true.
find their coach. Like who
Yeah.
they gonna get? Like what's that dynamic gonna be? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So because him matched up with Alvin Kamara, it's a great situation.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. I mean, and truth be told, that's one of those same situations as far as like the Cowboys go.
Yeah.
As,
Yep.
as in a sorry, team that's looking for new coaching. So, so how many teams are in that dynamic? Like the Browns, the Saints, the Cowboys.
Yep. I
I wouldn't
mean,
necessarily say the Giants because Dable is a good coach. You know what
he's a
I'm saying?
good coach. I
They got a terrible GM, as
terrible
we.
GM. That right there might be the bro. You dropped the ball too much. Hey,
Right,
if he there, I don't want him there. You know what I mean? It
right.
might be, but if you could get him there in that New York market, he marketable already. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you hit another market. That's why even though they taxes is higher crap, that's why professional athletes that's at that caliber will go to New York because they know they can make a lot more. They can make a lot of money marketing also.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that I mean, it the dynamics got to be right. If your GM is trash, you coming in, hey, he ain't gonna put the right pieces around you. I don't think you should go there.
Right. Or now, right. Like you said, all those aspects are definitely true as far as New York goes. So it just
Yep,
wouldn't be at the Giants, but
yep,
it could be at the Jets as far as
yep.
like, new coach and quarterback we
The
should do. So,
Jets, I don't. The Jets and the right court. Like if Bill Belichick is to go to the Giants, which he has a great relationship with the ownership at the Giants, that might be a good situation.
yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. I can see it. That's a possibility.
Yeah, the
It's
Saints.
like
I don't.
16. Like I
You know
said,
who their new coach is. They got the Saints got senior leadership, and they got good. They got good veteran leadership in that locker room. You know what I mean? Like they do on both sides of the ball. They just got to get the. I don't even know who their GM is, and it got to be the right situation, man. I just say that, but I think Alvin Kamara and Shador with the right coaching, Bill Belichick go down to. That might be another situation. He might end up going. He can go to the Saints. That might be a great. I don't know. New Orleans is not highly marketable from somebody that's outside, but I think the name Sanders behind Shador going to market regardless.
yeah, anywhere.
Yep.
Shador or Deal, and definitely together as a package. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's like
Yep.
6 teams. Like we named. We named about 4 or 5 of them, and the Jaguars are another one.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah. So
I
just
mean, Jaguar. They just signed Trevor Lawrence to that big contract.
yeah.
So I mean, that was just right at the beginning of the season.
hmm They did. They did.
I don't think Shador gonna go there. Now, remember my take was, and I still kind of keep this in the forefront. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind Shador going to Miami Dolphins because
The Dolphins.
I they got everything around them. Tua, you can't rely on that.
I can't believe that man ducked his head and tried to make that tackle. It got kneed in the
hey,
head.
hey, Tua is one of those players. Like how you coach like and your quarterback throw an intercept, bro. At least try. You know what I mean? Like you got Tom Brady, he'll dive and try to trip him up or something. Take the penalty, but you just stop the dude from scoring. Tua, we understand. Go on the other side of the field, bro. We don't even need you involved in this tackle
I'm saying
because
help block.
you
Just help
can't.
block.
We
You can help block the interception. Don't try to make a tackle. You can help them, the other team, block. Don't make the tackle. They took
hey,
a knee to the helmet. I'm talking about that's the number one way to get a concussion. Man,
bro.
he was so lucky. Could you imagine if he would have got a concussion again right
He,
then?
they wouldn't have let him come back the year. He would have been out. He would have been out. They ain't even got it. I don't be honest with you. I don't even think that Miami Dolphins got a chance to make the playoffs right now. I don't even know why he playing regardless.
Yeah, they are far gone in the
They far
AFC.
gone right now. You're in the AFC. You too far gone right now. You too far gone. So, but hey, man, let's switch to doggone college, man. And we talked about it last episode. We're gonna talk about it right now. And after these rankings that came out on Tuesday night, is it a possibility? And I hope not, but is it a possibility that it will be no SEC team in the college football playoffs?
No, no way.
I mean, it's some scenarios that no SEC team will make the playoffs.
Man, it's a million scenarios. It's a million scenarios, man, but that was just not one. I mean, now at this point in time, we don't know what they might do. As far as like I said, keeping Georgia out,
I
that was
don't
just
see.
nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you got right now. We got SEC got a big game this week. Tennessee versus Georgia. If Georgia beat Tennessee, Tennessee still be in that 12 game hunt because they 8-1 right now, and they'll put them at 2 losses. But Georgia's at 3 losses right now. I mean they'll be at 3 losses. So right now, if you look at the rankings, it's only two teams. Well, you got no. I'm lying. I'm lying. You got you got Tennessee, you got Alabama, you got Ole Miss, and Georgia. And the way this season going to end up at, you already know right now. I I can't even tell you who's going to be in the SEC championship game, man. Right now, the way it's looking, it's hard to tell who's going to be in the SEC championship game. And that I hate to say it, man, but well, you got Texas. I can see one SEC team in the playoffs, maybe two, and it depends. Right now, that's speaking as of today, not from the outcome. What's going to be between Tennessee and Georgia, but I
So
can
what's
see
your two?
it right now. Texas and Tennessee.
I mean, if everything pans out the way that it's going, but so it's gonna be some losses coming in here and there. But
Yeah. Right now, I see those as the two teams making it from the SEC. I mean, this is surprising to me, man. Because a lot of these other teams with weaker schedules, like your Clemson's and all those, like BYU, Indiana's undefeated, but they ain't played no SEC team, and it's hard for me to fathom that these teams are better than some of the top ranked SEC teams, and but they will jump them. You know what I mean? And it's almost like they strength of schedule, and that's what you were probably speaking on the other day. Man, you were talking like, man, it's almost like you want to be on the old AP ranking compared to what the rankings is now.
right, because the AP would they ranked you based on strength of schedule, who you
Yeah,
play, all of that. I just I don't like the the personal decisions that are coming out of the the
out of the
committee.
rankings, out of
Right,
the
right,
voting.
because they're choosing. They don't have a basis. There's no system that they're going on. I know they're saying their system is generic though. They're picking the highest conference championship champions. Like I mean, okay, you can understand that, but there's no other factors that are in place. Maybe two other, but they're they're not the factors that you need to pick the 12 best team in America. Everybody in the nation who watches in the world who watches college sports football, we want to see the 12 best team.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to see Georgia and TCU again. Nobody wants to watch that, man. Nobody wants to watch that at all. Nobody wants to see a 63-2 national championship. Right? And so I'm telling you, there's gonna be a lot of disdain that's gonna come about for the committee and how they're picking teams if it keeps going at this rate.
yeah. I,
Know?
and that's what I mean. You were talking about because when they made it a 12-team playoff, I was already shocked because what most people was hoping for, and including myself, they was hoping for like a 6 or 8 team playoff.
Hmm.
When they jumped to 12, I'm like, damn. I said, oh, I forgot. It's about money. That's
Yeah,
what it
no doubt. Yeah, no doubt
is.
about it.
They want it.
Always.
They want the money and they want the bowl games to be meaningful. Because why?
Hmm.
What happened every year? If you want the top 4 teams to make the playoffs, and then all them other bowl games, what players were doing? They would say, "Hey, I'm going to the
Hmm.
draft. I'm
Hmm.
going to the draft. Hey, I ain't playing this bowl game." So now all these bowl games that's supposed to be bringing in big revenue, they was getting half the ticket sales because they wasn't meaningful. They was getting half the play lopsided games because 15 players from this team and 15 players from the other team. They said, "Hey, we going to the draft. We getting ready for the draft. We don't
Yeah,
want to get injured."
and I think that's how Florida State doomed themselves. for not having a program, or you know what I'm saying, or having a program that where players are playing for each other.
Yeah.
Because for you to not make it to the national championship game because now y'all mad and 15, 20 people sit out a game. I mean,
And,
I
and
don't see
15 to
it.
20 of them ain't getting drafted off that team.
My point exactly. My point
They
exactly.
ain't getting drafted.
So their culture doomed them, and they've been sliding downhill
Yeah.
ever since at
Yeah.
this point in time. So yeah, I mean, right, that can't happen to a program, but it is all about the culture and their head coach and what they're building there. So yeah, man, they definitely kept 12 teams around, definitely for a dollar bill, of course. I mean, yeah, we definitely wanted to see only 6 to 8 teams. But yeah, who are we?
Yeah, yeah. They did that for solely for money. So those Dollar General bowls, those Dollar Tree bowls can mean something. That's
The,
that's exactly why they did it.
the
You know,
Mayo.
the Duke Mayo Bowl, that's the ACC championship game. I think that's no, it's the game after. They used to have a the Duke Mayo. I think they it progressed up some from when it first started. It was like what the hell is this? Then now it started progressing up in the order. But it ain't the Orange Bowl, it ain't the Cotton Bowl, all that type of stuff. The ones that we used to grow up that's always mean something. You know what I mean? The Rose Bowl, all
Yeah.
those, yeah. You know what I mean? So it now they want all these. It's basically a way to know they can keep these players to play it, so it can be a talentful, a meaningful damn bowl game. That's really what it is.
Yeah. And like I said, man, with the committee and them putting so much personal, personal interest or their personal decisions that they're basing their decision on to put these teams in these spots, these selections.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely going to backfire because if everybody knows, and we always said, we already know they don't want 4, 5 SEC teams, in the playoffs. Um, First of all, it's not even your decision. Like I said, if it's the 12 best, put the 12 best in there. I don't care if it's 12 from the SEC, put them in there. That's what we want to see. It's not ration, or there's no rationale based on your personal decision of who you want to see in there.
yep,
Put the 12 best. So, like I said, man, if Greg Sankey ever says that he's not liking what's going on, you already know he can already be the president of everything in college sports at this time. He could pull out and say, you know what, we'll do our own thing, SEC.
and so think about this too, Mark. Out of the SEC, we had the most started from the beginning of the year. The most team we had them. We was a conference with the most teams in the top 10, and we all had to play each other. So if you look at right now, I'm looking at the rankings right now. Texas number 3. Georgia is 12. Why Georgia 12? Why is they ranked so low? Even though I know they got 2 losses, I get it, but they beat Texas.
Right, and they were number 3. So how you go from
But
3
but
to
BY
12?
but if you go to BYU, they ranked number 6. They played Southern Illinois, SMU, Wyoming, Kansas State, Baylor, or Arizona, Oklahoma State, UCF, Utah, and Kansas. One team that was ranked on that list that they beat, and that's number 13, Kansas State.
Horrible, man. Horrible decisions the committee is making.
So we're gonna see the committee gonna get put on the fire this year. If they jack this up, they're gonna get put. And I mean, I ain't saying that every SEC team should make it. No, that's not the case. But if it's a case that no SEC teams make it, I'm not. Y'all gonna make people not watch the bowl games
I'm definitely not watching.
because why the hell would I want to watch BYU play Indiana?
That's like a college football game that comes on CBS Sports at 12 noon that nobody's gonna watch. I wouldn't know the score of that game until 11 p.m. that night. Nobody's gonna watch it.
Nobody gonna watch it.
It draws no crowd, no interest at
No
all.
interest at all. None. 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 Nah.
Yeah, man, they gonna tank. I see the CFP being around 4 more years, maybe.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. So, but it's a big matchup. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna pull the schedule up right now, and
Yeah, we
it's a
got
big
Florida,
matchup.
Florida, SC, Florida, LSU this week. I mean, you got definitely Georgia, Tennessee, which is the nightcap game. That's a major game coming on. Um, it's one
I'm
of
gonna tell you another big game, and that it's gonna be interesting to watch, um, because I look at it. It has some playoff implications to it. Clemson and Pittsburgh, both of them are 7-2 right now.
yeah, I think Clemson they're gonna handle Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Well, I'm
They,
saying that those two games, Clemson number 20, Pittsburgh, you know what I mean? They're gonna have some implication because that's gonna have implication on who's gonna be in the ACC championship game.
yeah,
Get what
yeah.
I'm saying? So that right there gonna have some implications to it. Um, also, it was another one on there. Well, where is that? Where, like you said, your LSU, Florida. Oh, Missouri and South Carolina.
We're in South Carolina. That's the one. Yeah, I think
That's
that's big
that's
man.
another one. 7-2 Missouri, 6-3 South Carolina. Um, that's going to have a great. Playoff implications on that one. Tennessee and Georgia, like we spoke on. So I mean, it's some good matchups. I can't sleep on the ACC matchups. ACC is not that strong. Um, between Miami, Clemson, and Pittsburgh, they actually pretty good. Um, but those how many seeds they gonna get for the playoffs? They better not have more than SEC.
No, man, nobody better.
They better have no more than SEC. Better
Mm.
not. Better not.
And like I said, even if the committee makes it right, even if they make it right and get it close to where it should be, people are still gonna say, well, what made it be so off that week?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just gotta get it right, man. They gotta get it right, man.
yeah. But the way the world came down on them last week for putting Georgia all the way to 12, bruh, I don't know. That's a lot of pressure because
Yeah.
they from every show to every spokesperson and broadcaster. I don't think nobody agreed with it. So yeah, they are under fire, just like a bad head coach at this
Yep.
point.
Yep. 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 100%. And I'm looking at this bowl schedule, man. Good God, it's a lot of bowl games.
I bet it is.
It's a lot of bowl games, man. Uh, they ain't broke down which bowl game gonna be associated with the first round playoffs, but it's a lot of bowl games. A lot of 'em, I mean, God, dog, it's a lot of 'em. It's a lot of 'em. So we're gonna see how this college playoff thing gonna go, man, because the CFP got to get it right, man, because if they don't, it's gonna be a freaking problem. But hey, man, let's talk about tonight, man. It's a song that Snoop Dogg said back in the day, "Murder was the case," and tonight we're gonna see what that case is between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I was at the barbershop this morning, and one of the barbers in there, he was like, he
It's
said, "Man,
always is.
he said, man, I got Jake Paul in three." I said,
It-
"Three what?"
It's
I
always
said,
is.
"Three IVs."
Hmm?
Three. You know what I mean? What you talking about? Three what? He said 3 rounds. Beat Mike Tyson.
It's
I said,
always
bro,
is.
come on, man. I said, let's be for real, man. Let's be for real. I had to break out analogies for people. You know, I break out analogy in a heartbeat. I said, you call Mike Tyson old, all right. I said, if you got a neighbor that you've been living next to for the last 6, 7 years, and they got a pit bull that's 8 years old, and you know when he was young, he was a mean motherfucker. And would you go on that fence with that dog? Said no. So why would you hop in there with a killer? You hopping in a ring with a killer, man. A certified bona fide killer. You,
I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know.
I mean, who taking Jake Paul? First of all, Jake Paul had 11 fights. He had one. out of those 11 fights, he fought one real boxer and lost. I don't know too many men in the world that punch hard, can punch as hard as Mike Tyson. Even at 58 years, 56 years old, 50, I think he's 56. 56 years old, bro. And out of all those people in the world that can punch as hard as Mike Tyson, if it's very few, you haven't fought him. So I'm gonna tell you right now, them kidney shots finna be hurting. You had Roy Jones that had a long boxing career that said, I got hit in the chest by Mike Tyson that hurt for 3 days. It felt like a horse kicked me in the chest and it would hurt for 3 days.
That's why he said he kept moving. He said,
he said he kept holding on to him. And the ref kept saying, let him go. I said, you let him go. I ain't going to get in the ring. He said, do you know what this dude is? And then Roy Jones also said his ring coach told him, man, you got to try the uppercut. He said, uppercut who? This man, did you see him uppercut men twice my size? He said, I'm not finna piss on Mike. He said, I don't know what he on. He might be on the shrooms right now. We're not finna go there. I'm not giving this man no ideas on what I'm about to come at me with. He said, yeah. So I started holding on to him. He said, because it could go wrong.
Yeah, he did the right thing. I don't blame him at all. I
Yeah. So now you look at Jake Paul's mentality, what he's about to do.
Yeah, good look, Jake Paul. You know.
So now when people say, hey, this is a stage fight, stage or not stage, Mike Tyson do not know how to punch soft.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know how staged it could be.
Yeah, he don't. You can say, hey, I'm just going to take it easy on you. You still about to get a kidney shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then for you to jump in front of him at his way and rile him up. You know what I'm saying? That's like messing with the dog over that fence. You know, teasing with him. That's what that is. Until that day that gate is open. One of the scariest days of your life.
You're going to see that gate open before you see the dog come. And you be like, oh, Lord, I need to take another route. Hey, you be walking home for the bus. You see that gate open? I take the long way around, bro.
Yeah, so you know what to do. No, sir. I'm not going with. What is King doing in the street? He's I am not going home today. You see him.
So with Roy Jones, and everybody said Roy Jones fight was an exhibition fight. That was a literary exhibition. That wasn't no sanctioned fight. That was an exhibition fight. That man said his chest hurt for 3 days.
Yeah, man, ain't nobody playing with Mike like that. Man. I don't know what Jake Paul thinking, but
Jake
like
Paul,
he got those 11 fights, and you know he got a little morale built up. But
hey, that man, hey, you mess around. If Jake Paul, bruh, I'm gonna tell you how it's finna go, Mark. I'm gonna tell you how it's finna go. Jake Paul gonna try to do something slick. That's just his cap. That's just his attitude. You know what I mean? He gonna try to do something slick. He might after the you know what I mean, after the ring, after the bell, he might try to throw a little slick punch or you know what I mean, whatever. Something gonna tick him off. He gonna tick Mike off somehow. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but he's gonna do it. And it's gonna be night.
yeah. I mean,
it's gonna be night.
He's already pissed him off. What he did yesterday.
He stepped on his shoes, his feet.
He jumped in front of him at his weigh-in.
Bruh.
When he slapped him. Yeah.
But I'm saying even after that, you remember he slapped him. You know the reason he slapped him, right?
He jumped on stage in front of him.
No, he stepped on his feet. Mike Tyson said it's a video. I'm gonna pull it up, man. It's a video of Mike Tyson saying that, hey, he got bad feet. You know what I mean? He man, I got bad feet, man. He said, somebody step on my feet, man. Hey, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like he literally said that. Like and if you look at the video, he stepped on his feet hard. That's why Mike Tyson looked at him, he did like this and slapped him. That's the reason why.
Hey,
Hey
and
man,
he jumped on stage.
leave that man alone, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen somebody poke a bat like that, man.
yeah, man. Hey, you see a man weigh in Fruit of the Looms, you better get out here way. You better get out here way. That man don't got no care in the world.
And then he grabbed himself too, bro.
Yeah, he sure did. Hey, get out that man way. Yeah, like I said, he already poked the bear.
He poked him, man. Leave that man, bro. Some people you just know, like some people you just know, nah, bro. You don't mess with that. You don't mess with that, bro. I, hold on, Mark. I'm finna share.
Yeah,
I'm finna share the screen right now. Hold on.
yeah, man. Jake Paul's in trouble. He definitely in trouble. How many rounds is it supposed to be?
It's 8 rounds, 2 minute
Yeah.
rounds.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely in trouble, man. But we gonna see.
All right, here you go, Mark.
Yeah.
Feet in the world, right? And if somebody step on my feet, I would totally tap out. I would just give up.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That was like 2-1. You jumped in front of him. Who jumps in front of a raging bull? First of all,
hey. So
and then you stepped on his feet.
one thing I've been trying to do is trying to figure out how can I get life insurance policy out on Jake Paul.
Yeah. It's a company around here.
Hey, if the parents ain't doing it, they better, bro. Hey, it ain't 8 o'clock yet. You could call some insurance company right now and say, hey, I need to expedite this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why you trying? What's the rush? My son is fighting Mike Tyson tonight. Oh, let me go ahead and get the paperwork done.
Yeah.
Hey, be heard beside this. You know what I mean? Because it's about to happen. $5 billion policy.
Take that to the medical right now.
Hey, he ain't gonna even make it to the point where they gotta make a payment because he about to get killed. Mm-hmm. Hey, you get in the ring with a killer, bro.
Yeah,
leave
man.
this man alone, bro. Some people you just leave alone, man.
8 o'clock tonight is when it starts. I think they had like three preliminary fights before, so it probably get started around 10 o'clock. So
I don't even know who the prelims is.
Everybody should be in front of TV.
Yeah, man. I don't even know who the prelims is, man. But I know this. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mark, because Mark. I think if I'm accurate, I might be inaccurate on this, but I'm gonna throw this out. But I might be a little not accurate as I should be on this. If I recall correctly, Mike Tyson has like the third biggest cannabis like warehouse in the U.S. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on the ranking, but I think it's the third biggest one. And the reason I brought that up is Jake Paul better hope he smoke a blunt before this fight.
He probably gonna do it anyway. That probably what got him training better. 55, 56. You tell me what a 55, 56-year-old look like that. You can punch like that.
I know one, but he ain't moving like that. But he built like that.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp.
They can do that.
Yeah. They ain't got all the attributes. You know what I mean? They ain't got this. This dude's still moving. Like
man, we've seen the training videos of what Mike Tyson is doing to punching bags to trainers. We've seen the videos and how quick he is, how swift he still is. Man.
It's the movements, man, and his movements ain't disappeared because he's been training other people when he wasn't fighting. Like over the years, he's been helping other fighters train. You know what I mean? That older black guy that be his punching bag, bro. I wouldn't fight him in because you've been training with Mike for some years, bro. He done seen everything, bro. I mean, he's seen his life flash before his eyes. I wouldn't fight him either. Remember, that's the reason Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson.
Because old better.
No, so you remember Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas was Mike Tyson's trainer. He was his sparring partner. I can say trainer. He was his sparring partner. So he knew Mike was that's when you know what I mean. That's when he might start really, really getting out there on the drugs and whatever, whatever. So he knew Mike certain things Mike wasn't taking serious. He knew certain things, so he was like, "This ain't the fight that you want to do. I spar with you enough to know what you ain't been trained in, blah blah blah." That's why Buster Douglas beat him.
Yeah, they ain't gonna happen tonight. Ain't gonna be no
Jake
loss
Paul,
tonight.
man, I just Mark, if you know somebody in the A that can get me an insurance policy quick on Jake Paul, please let me know. Cause this man is hopping in the ring with a killer and he's pissing them off, bro. I don't see nothing great coming from tonight from Jake Paul. Uh, I don't see it, bro. I don't see it, man. And I hope it ain't the scene for Rocky when what's his name? I forgot the after name. He died in the ring fighting the Russian dude. That's why I hope hey, somebody better throw in a towel. Somebody need to have both towels in their hand to throw it in because if he piss off Mike like I think he is, uppercut, night. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, man, it's over with. It's over. It's just gonna be a good reason to gather around the TV. That's all
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
Yep. Hey, Mark, man. So something else, man. Let's go back to NFL, man. So, uh, Cam Newton on his podcast,
What's his name?
huh?
What's his name?
Cameron Newton.
Scam Newton. Okay.
Nah, his name ain't Scam, man. Stop that, man. His parents' name is Cameron Newton, and they shorten up the Cam. So
Man,
he got his podcast, whatever, and they played a video on there. The Panthers had some function where the older players came in, and Cam Newton didn't know nothing about it. He wasn't invited. They said, "Man, Cam, why you wasn't invited to this?" He said, "I would have been there if I would have known about it." So now it came out to that you know the Panthers do not have any old pictures at all, any names of Cam Newton within the facility at all.
the question is why.
Bam. Thank you.
So you have a quarterback that took your team all the way to the Super Bowl MVP, and
What?
he's
What?
nowhere.
Well, let's say this, Mark. Let's forget the Super Bowl. He was. You remember? I mean, you can still. I mean, it's been
They
30
get the
years.
Super Bowl now.
Well, 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 I'm gonna say this, Mark. Hold on. I'm gonna say this. But that's not that. I ain't even talking about the Super Bowl right now. They still a young organization. They 1 year older than the Ravens or 1 year less than the Ravens. One of the two. They was around the same time. I think they around the same time. I think they 1 year older than the Ravens. So about 30 year organization.
Right.
All right. In 30 years, what quarterback is better than Cam Newton for the Panthers?
My point exactly. That's why I
I ain't
named
even
the
talking about even
accolades.
just the Super Bowl. I'm just talking about they never had no quarterback in they building that's better than Cam Newton.
My point again, why I named his accolades.
Exactly.
That's exactly why I named his accolades.
I look at maybe the top 5 players for the Panthers. You can say obviously you're gonna say Smitty, Steve Smith Sr., pure dog, another killer that you don't want to mess with. He's a 5'9", but hey, heart of a 7-foot dude. You don't even want to get it like he's one of those. He's like the Mike Tyson of doggone wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care how big he was, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Smitty, Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, and Thomas Davis.
Yeah, I
I,
mean,
I might have
why
missed
is he
one.
not in there though? That's what I
Yeah,
want to know. Well, why?
he don't even know. And remember, they got new ownership, everything. So why is Cam Newton not recognized by the Panthers?
Well, like you said, I mean, definitely this information, something to be coming to a light. It'll be coming to light about what's going on, or why, who left him out, and what was the reason for it.
And then even if you ain't got no pictures of him, why nobody call him about a Panther reunion?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, we look into it. We'll find out. Like I said, I mean, he was on first take today on Friday. This is a
Yeah, he
normal
on the
day.
Fridays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if he spoke on it or anything.
That's crazy, man. Like how do that man? Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. They crazy. They doing the wrong, man. And now what's going to happen is you notice they got that Jerry curse because when the last year what how has the Panthers looked ever since Cam been gone?
Garbage, dumpster juice, trash.
They got a curse on them now, bro. You ain't doing right about your best player, that one of your top 5 players, and the best quarterback the Panthers ever had. You ain't did right about him yet.
Hey man, don't be spreading all this stuff talking about the Jerry curse and all
I
that.
mean, it's true.
Who
Tell
started
me
it?
more. Tell me more. It's the Cowboys' curse because the way they treated Jimmy Johnson.
It's Jerry. It's just plain simple Jerry. It's his fault.
But who was the owner? Who's the one landing the helicopter on the practice field, making everybody move? Who's
The
the one
same,
inviting all these guests into the weight rooms and to the training facility?
the same person I just named. It's him.
Okay,
It's just him by
okay,
himself.
okay, okay,
Him by himself. But
okay.
it's not like the Boston Red Sox type of character that they had. That it was just over the whole team. You know what I'm saying? We got one factor that's holding us down. It's just Jerry.
And that's the owner, the man he's the judge, jury, executioner, the state police, the state trooper,
Yeah,
and
everything.
everything inside that building.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely a problem. Man. I don't know, man. We'll get over him. One day he went on the radio show and said he was the perfect man to fix it.
Hey man, I know it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating. Hey,
I try so
hey,
hard not to let him get under my skin.
I'm gonna tell you another fan base that's as delusional as the Cowboys.
We're not delusional.
Yeah, yeah, is. The other organization between that's delusional like the Cowboys is the Cleveland Browns. I got a good friend of mine. He's from Cleveland. He's a true Cleveland Browns fan. I'm talking about heart. He wear that ugly brown, orange everywhere he go, bro. It's horrible. It's horrible. He blamed the Ravens because the Cleveland Browns suck. And then he said, really, those two championships, Super Bowl championship, belong to the Cleveland Browns. I said, how is that even possible?
I'm saying, where's the logic? What's the logic in this?
He said, y'all came from us. I said, okay. I said, because a child come from their parents, that means that they win a Super Bowl. It was because of the parents. The parents ain't out there training. You got to train. You still got to push. Come on, bro. Make that make sense.
How to I don't say. What is he saying?
You remember the Browns. You remember the Browns, Art Modell, he got rid of the Browns, moved to Baltimore, started the Ravens. And then years, I forgot how many years after, I got to look it back over. And then they came back to the Browns. But it was really the Browns. We originated from the Browns, and then went to the Ravens. But now he blamed all those championships. He said they really belong to the Browns. I don't even know how that's possible. I said, so the organization was set up in 1996. So you telling me from 1996 to 2024, y'all still haven't won a Super Bowl? And that's a Ravens problem? Y'all had all them years to fix y'all stuff. Man, y'all haven't won bro. They never won a Super Bowl.
I never
They won championships.
I
They
never
have
even
won.
known a Brown fan.
The last time they won a championship was 1964. And I tell them, I said, you wasn't even born then. You know what I mean? You don't even know what a championship looked like. You weren't even born. You gotta go look back at the field with the little thing going around like this. You know what I mean? And watching it black and white to see when last time y'all won a championship. Y'all didn't win that on Super Bowls. Come on, man.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know what he. Yeah.
Yeah. It ain't just him. A lot of Browns fans feel like that.
Yeah, I don't even know no Brown fans to talk to about stuff like that.
They,
Yeah.
they, They the worst, bro. They second delusional fan base that I know of. But hey, there's one more subject I want to talk about, man. Mr. Roger Goodell. He's another, you know what I mean, judge, jury, executioner, you know what I mean. Give people fines for not having their socks all the way up, shirts not tucked in, you know what I mean, wearing too many wristbands. You know what I mean? All shoes don't match. You know what I mean? You didn't get approval at the beginning of the year for shoes. You were gonna fine you 5,000. All this type of stuff. You know what I mean? But uh, uh, he announced that they are trying to increase. He's in the next 5 years. They're going to increase to 18 games and also try to have 16 international games in the next 5 years. What's your feelings and takes on that, man?
On the international game.
Both. Increasing the game to 18 games. So they're going to be increasing the games to 18 games, reducing the preseason to 2 weeks.
Mm. Mm. I mean, I know the NFLPA is definitely going to have some say so in that and what to do about that. You know, adding more games. I mean, I know they keep decreasing the preseason games like they've been
Well, they
doing.
just did it past year because they
Right,
increased the regular season
right,
game,
right,
which
right.
I think is to be honest with you, man. I think 3 preseason games is good, because you know that's that time where the rookies, undrafted free agents, get an opportunity to show what they can do at the, you know what I mean, at the NFL level for talent evaluation to try to make that 53-man roster and, you know what
Right,
I mean,
right.
practice squad. But
Right.
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Two games is enough to me. I mean, I can understand the 2 games. It's just the increasing the actual play, you know, in the games, you know, to 18 games. That's a lot. That's a long season.
Well, that's a long. I
That's a
almost
long
like you got to
season.
give them 2 bye weeks then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, no doubt about it. That's a long season, man. On a body, on a lot of that's a lot of wear and tear too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I definitely know, you know, they've been speaking about, you know, how the numbers have gone up over, you know, abroad, as far as like, you know, how many spectators have been watching the games and how many people have been, you know, requesting or demanding for, you know, them to bring those games, you know, abroad. So I mean, it's definitely a money move. We know this because, you know, they're packing out stadiums and
Yeah.
you know, and selling merch everywhere and anywhere at that point in time. So, I mean, it brings the game, it brings light to the game, of course, because, you know, I'm seeing all type of international flag football and international football going on too
Yeah.
abroad. So, I mean, I think it's definitely it's good for the sport. It's making it more, like I said, more on the international level, like basketball, you know, is. But like I said, I mean, definitely there should definitely be more incentives, and I hope there is more
Oh,
incentives
more
for the
player
players.
incentives. More
Right,
player.
right, right. No doubt about it. It's strictly player incentives
Yeah.
at this point in time. You know, as far as like insurance goes, rest and recovery. You know, so yeah,
I
and
think they
like I
got it.
said, I know the NFLPA is definitely going to, you know, bring up some rules or stipulations to try to, you know, combat that.
Yeah, I think if they give them 2 bye weeks, but also increase it, I think that's a little bit because they'll be better off. They'll be better off with 18 games. If you give somebody 2 bye weeks and you tell them they're gonna have to play 18 games, now it look like you're gonna have to extend the season.
Oh, that is going to extend the season with the
That is
battle.
gonna extend the
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you might as well do it anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, because if you're extending the season anyway,
yeah.
kind of, you know, with
Like
those
so
games.
now, are you gonna start now? So you remember when we was talking about this when some while ago when they made the announcement about we going to a 12 game playoff for college, and now the NFL was mad because it's kind of taking some of their shine away, blah 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 blah.
Right.
Now, hey, is you really gonna, because if you start earlier, you start in August. We already know what starts in the end of August. Kick off the college football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're really gonna be in that you putting yourself more in that window with college football. It's only 7 days in a week, and we got games almost every day now.
Yeah, they're basically trying to recover, and that's probably why they're adding an extra week or two here and there
Yep.
because of the stretch of the 12 team playoffs and what that could take away from the NFL. So there probably is a recovery.
I think it should be double up though. I think they should be. We every now and then they'll do it, but I think more at the beginning of the season they'll do it. But I think they should be doubling up, like so double up on Monday night games and double up on Thursday night games.
which they have been doing.
They have to at the beginning, but they don't do it throughout the whole duration of the season.
No, not the whole duration. No, but
Yeah.
they've done it more though. They've had
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 Monday night doubleheaders,
Yep.
which is definitely unprecedented at this point in time. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good for the game. But like I said, you definitely have to put in more incentives, more ways to help the players out during this long stretch of the season.
Yeah, yeah. And NFLPA, they already be going back and forth with the. I think it got to be player incentives. The salary gonna go up, which the salary cap probably gonna go up again. That's you already know the salary cap gonna keep going up because that's the reason they got the Peacock deals, they got the Amazon deals, all that type of stuff to help raise those salary caps up. So that's gonna happen. But now you got to give people player incentives on certain things. You're increasing the 18 games, and also you're talking about increasing 16 games overseas. That's a lot of travel, so they're gonna have to do some player incentives on that. Got to. Like now we starting to see what this is 2 years in a row that college football they are playing overseas at the beginning of the season.
Right.
Now what are we gonna start seeing more college football games overseas? And I almost think it should be some meaningful games over there. That's just me personally thinking that, but we're gonna see how they go because now they're gonna go back and forth between NFL and college football on these schedules because they're gonna bump heads a lot, and it's hard when you increase that 12-game playoff, and you talk about increasing the season for the NFL. I'm gonna watch a bowl game before I watch an NFL game if it's a real meaningful game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, a bowl game is definitely going to be a meaningful game. So
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to check that game out and see what's going on.
Yeah.
But they definitely don't want to have playoff games or meaningful games going on at the same time because I know the NFL definitely doesn't want to lose, revenue or watch watch hours, to college. Definitely.
Yeah.
They'll figure that. I mean, as you see, they're just trying to make the season longer. Put more
They make
money.
more money.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the owners making a lot more money because of all this, but them players got to get paid too.
Right, exactly. Definitely
Players,
big contract.
and I'm saying they doing right because the salary cap keep going up. But then I'm gonna go on the flip note. The NBA is suffering. The NBA said their numbers been going down, but that's a whole different situation. Their numbers going down. The game too soft.
I mean,
and load management.
It's when you playing though at the same time because they're playing during football seasons and they're starting
the height of the football.
Right, they're starting up during playoff time. So that's what's getting in.
And I think also that the rules change in the game because of basketball because the game that got softer. And then I mean, what when people like to compare football players, basketball players, what's more athletic, blah blah blah. I don't whatever. It is what it is because I look at football players made basketball players because they didn't pan out on football field because they couldn't take a hit. That's how I look at it. But I'm gonna say this. You ain't seen too many football players say I'm load managing. Only time they do that is the last game of the season when they already secured their playoff berth.
Like Embiid and what's been going on.
Yeah.
Definitely between him and the boy at the Raptors.
Yeah. So But I mean, we're gonna see how this pan out, especially with the NFL, man. Talking about increasing, but man, hey, Mark, this is another great episode. We're gonna get ready for this 187 murder between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul tonight. Jake Paul, rest in peace, because I don't see you surviving. I mean, we might well just go ahead and get. I hope they got the tombstone ready, man. It shouldn't take. Go ahead and pre-order that thing, man, because you messing with a full-blown killer, man. So that's how I feel about it, boy.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely going to be an onslaught. I mean, yeah, Jake Paul coming into the fight, we all know that. But like I say, Mike Tyson is proved.
The man been fighting since 15, man.
He's
The man
definitely
been fighting.
proved.
Maybe was it 13 or 15 years old? One of the two.
Long enough. Long enough. So yeah, we'll see, man. Like I say, it'll definitely be something just good to gather around the TV.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah. But Mark, man, hey, bro, I want to say, hey, thank you to everybody that tuned in. I've been seeing viewers going in and out on both Instagram and on YouTube, especially. People that's on Instagram, look for our YouTube page, Down South Sports Roundtable. Tune in. We've been getting a lot of subscribers. We're up to, I think, 4,500 subscribers on YouTube. So I appreciate both me and Mark also appreciate all the support. Also, this weekend, which is tomorrow actually, in North Carolina, we got AAU playoffs for the youth. It's the championship games for all the youth for 6 all the way to 14-year-olds. So I'm going to be live broadcasting those on our YouTube channel, so you can tune in for that. Mark, man, I'm gonna let you close out, bro.
Yeah, man, we appreciate everybody, man. Definitely keep coming back for the news. We'll definitely continue to keep bringing it to you. Get ready for everything that's coming up at this point in time, as far as the fights tonight, the basketball games,
Well,
we tournament that they have.
Basketball yet.
Yeah.
Auburn's on another monster.
Yeah, it's been a lot going on. Duke went down to Kentucky. It's rolling. It's a lot rolling on right now. So yeah, Auburn does have a star freshman. I seen him. I've been having my eye on him.
That man, Bass. Hey, he from New Jersey.
Yeah, I seen what he came in and did in the Houston game. I mean, that's
and Houston ain't no pushover. He from Jersey, bro.
Yeah.
And up in that area.
He can't do it. He can't do it by himself, though. I ain't gonna give him too much credit. He can't do it by himself. He's just one man. So they in trouble though. They still in trouble. They got to come see the hard hats. They got to come see us. So it doesn't stop football. I don't know if everybody knows, but you probably should know from now. Football to basketball, soccer, badminton. Anything. Auburn against Alabama. It's gonna go down. I should say Alabama against Auburn. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, definitely everybody. We appreciate y'all, man. Keep coming back.
All right. Hey, everybody, y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see y'all next week.
Have a good one.